Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Ready for the road from Suckville, part 4. I'm rated 1345, and so far in this series I've had 2 draws and a loss. So going back to my Scandi. This is not the best move from White. He's moved his first pawn twice, allows me to take the centre with c5, and then get my bishop out. So, see, before I play e6, I want to get my bishop out. So I'm going to just put my bishop here. Can't put it there because the queen takes. So, and then e6 will follow. That knight's not doing much other than defending the pawn. But now doesn't it look like black has more development already? Okay, so familiar position to everybody. My opponent's rated 1344 and comes from Mongolia. Okay, now he's threatening to take here if I can't recapture with a bishop, because then he takes. So a couple of options. B6 is certainly an option, but it stops my queen from coming to that square. I could put my queen on that square now and threaten b2. It's a developing move. If pawn takes, now bishop takes, and if he trades bishops, then he's just undefended. He's just lost a developed piece for little reason. Okay, he's got 4 defenders on that now. So now I'm thinking, if I push and he takes, there's no benefit in that. If he pushes here, I think it's time to trade off in the middle, just to weaken this pawn, you see. Okay, so now that bishop's not brilliant. Drop my queen into there with check. This is now defended 3 times, attacked twice. Drop my bishop in there with check. That means the queen can't block, but he's still got lots of options to block. Lots and lots of options, yeah? In fact, knight there isn't an option. Knight there is maybe an option. Does it leave me better or White better? This is the question. Right now, so this is something someone suggested the other day. Instead of counting development, you can also count moves it would take to connect your rooks, which is pretty much the same thing. Okay, so here I've got 1, 2, 3 moves to connect my rooks. White has 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to connect their rooks. Okay, now I'm quite drawn to this move now. My bishop's no longer required to defend this square. It stops the advance of this pawn, but, you know, got to think about a3 at some point. The alternative is this idea. Go after the e pawn and isolate this one. Let's just do that. The f6 break is a common one in French setups, and this is what I like to think of as an improved French, because my bishop's on the outside of the light square pawn chain. Okay, so my opponent's just played bishop e2, getting ready to castle. I'm sticking with 15 plus 10. Okay, it's taken. Right, I'm going to recapture with a knight, I think. Nearly finished development now, and now I can castle, get my rook onto what is now a semi-open file. My opponent has an isolated queen's pawn now, so I'm going to castle. Right, where's that knight going? Right, so now we're in the middle game, yeah? My objective in the middle game is to improve my pieces and build towards an attack. Now, I've still got these light squared pawns, which makes this bishop kind of interesting. I've also got a completely open file on the c file, so I'm thinking rook a to c8 makes sense as a candidate move. I might then drop my bishop behind at some point. It kind of feels slow. Knight there, kind of also clearing the way for the f file also makes sense. This is a little bit of a weakness, this square here. This bishop's doing very little right now. Okay, so let's play rook a to c8. Might drop my bishop all the way back here, where it's looking at the h2 square. Then at any point my queen might just drop in with mating ideas. Okay, so that's a crude attack on the queen. I'm just going to drop back. Right, now if I take and D recaptures, he's un-isolated his pawn. But he's also attacking this, although that's defended. So I could just kick the knight away now, which I kind of like. He can't take there, he can't go there, let's kick him. Okay. Now he wants to attack my queen again. But if here now... Oh, it's defended by the bishop, right. Okay, I'm just going to pop my queen there. Everything's kind of tied together right now. Okay, I think bishop here. I like pawn e takes f5 is not the end of the world. I mean, it kind of blocks off my semi-open file, but at least my pawns are still in a reasonable structure, although I do get also the isolated queen's pawn. If he pushes now, I just have to drop back to here. That does weaken the king slightly. Slightly. I mean, I have no f-pawn, so I need to use that to my advantage. It's an imbalance in the game. Okay, he's gone there. So what was all that about? Okay, bishop defends knight. Everything's defended. Carry on with the plan. In the absence of any other ideas. Bishop here. If he wants to trade off his knight, so be it. We have to change our plans. Not quite sure what he's doing here. He's kind of fiddling around. Okay, I'm going to drop my bishop back to there. He wants to take out that bishop. That's absolutely fine. I get a nice square for my knight and open up the f-file. Brilliant. Suits me. Got a mobile rook now. This rook can enter the game. This bishop's looking devastating, potentially. So at any point, it's just casually drop my queen onto d6 and threatening mate. And that means he's got to do something with his pawns, right? He can't block with the bishop. He can't run away with his king. He's going to have to move a pawn. Or that. This knight is now looking really, really sexy. My other knight could join the game. I'd like to make this move with a secondary threat as well. I can't really find a way to do that. Is it time for that move? If I do this, he has to move a pawn. Is there rook sacks ideas? Takes. No. Hang on. There he pushes. Knight sack. There. Rook sack. Not really. I need more. Bishop sack. King takes. No, still short. Okay, I think it's time to bring in the rook. Hang on. Queen here. I mean, his other option is actually just to eliminate the bishop. So I might put the question to the knight here and say, what's your intention? There we go, we have our answer. Keeping my rook on the open file. Right, so now there is no dark square diagonal option. So I think we may revert to the major pieces. Try and double up rooks. Now I do need to be concerned about these this pair of bishops here. My opponent is playing quickly. He's still got 15 minutes on the clock, which means he's taking on average less than 10 seconds per move. Okay. Knight. Let's start to bring the knight round. He's got this idea. Okay, carry on with the knight. Eliminates this idea. Pinning the knight on the queen. Knight's going to be better off here, I think. Okay. Now he's just simplifying. He's trading off. Knight there. This idea. But then he's got two pieces on that square there. Now he doesn't. So he's playing this like blitz. 10 seconds a move. That's what you're playing 5-minute blitz. Knight here, trying to eliminate the bishop pair. I think that would make life easier for me. By the way, I don't really seem to be able to lose on Lichess. So I mess about on Lichess and I'm 18-20 or something on there. Okay, now this is quite important. So I can't go there. I can go back here. I think that's really my only option, isn't it? But still, I'm quite happy that he's... What's he doing now? Okay, let's improve this knight. It was doing nothing there. Okay, let's have a poke at the bishop. If I take the bishop and h takes, it's all good for me. So he's using his bishops in defense right now, which is a bit weird. They're not as good as knights in defense. Okay, if I take, I'm attacking the rook. Yeah, I take, he takes, I take rook. So I think he's got to capture my knight first, and then I can do something with this, right? Now he's weakened. He is weakened. So question, A, defend the knight with queen, defend the knight with rook, or pivot the knight round. Where's the attack going to come from? This? Yeah. I've also got queen to here, or not there. Queen to here, though, attacks his pawn. And this is now a notable weakness. Plus he's down to one bishop. Okay, he's thinking of doubling up queen and rook. I'm quietly going to have a prod at that. Oh, damn it! See how I made a huge assumption there. Huge assumption. Okay, I'm covered here from the queen coming in. Damn. 3-second move, you see. Every time I forget the sanity check. Now I have got ideas now of this. If I can get that pawn as well. Get that pawn there, rook to here, queen on here. Looks pretty good. The knight is covering these two squares. Queen could come into there, but not right now. Not while my queen's on this diagonal. Even if he pushes the pawn, I've got this idea. Okay, now you drop a pawn, eh? And queen can't come in. So now this is a huge threat. King has to go here. Oh, it's sharp. I've got 2, 2 and 1. He's got 2, 2 and 1. So the major imbalance now on the board is knight against bishop. Now this bishop can't do anything with these pawns. Anything on a dark square becomes invisible to that bishop. My knight, however, can land on all 64 squares of the board. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So something like this. It's always the quick moves that bite you. That doesn't really help him in any way, does it? Just takes away these 2 squares from his bishop. My problem is my knight can't get in. My knight probably going to have to come around here or something like that. So if check there, I want to attack this pawn. How about this as an idea? Check, king here, queen back here. If the king goes off in this direction, I then have... Now, what changes there? He's taken a square away. So check, king here, back there, check. King has to go there. That could be quite good. Let's do it. King here. I really want to attack that. Can I do this? He can play that. How do I use my knight? Can't go there. Go here. Bishop takes, king takes. Opens up my rook, maybe. That's a thought. Can't cover that square with my knight very easily. Could have from there. That comes with check. So I could have pushed the pawn, put my knight there to cover that other square. Okay. Right, now we are in a pure ending, and he wants to undouble his pawns again. I'm not going to allow that. He could have just taken the pawn with check. But he didn't. Why? Okay. Right, undefended. So if I go here, I'm attacking queen and that now. I know in an ending, it's very balanced. I really want to take his queen and reconnect his pawns. This is an idea, but I'm worried about this, so I'm going to go for it. Ouch, damn it. Damn it, Janet. I'd love to play that. I saw he could take the pawn on the previous move and then just discounted it. Right, the queen's hanging, so he's got to do something. Is he going to take that? Oh, come on, Hunty. These endgames are killing me. Right, I'm going to throw in the check now. If he goes here, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares he can go to. Queen can't block. Okay, here I have a check. That pawn's still undefended. So I'd love to be able to attack that. 2 pawns down, Jesus. Okay, right. Check here. He has to go there now, doesn't he? Or push the pawn. I'd like to take that out. This attacks the queen and the pawn behind it. Now can he move with check? He's got a check here. I can maybe slide away. Maybe get in the corner. Come after this pawn with check would be great. Okay. We're okay there. You can't attack that pawn there or there. Okay, let's throw in the check now. Threatening this. That also allows me to drop my rook back to the 7th rank and protect these pawns. Somehow I do so much better at 10-minute than this 15-10 idea. I think I'm simply better at attacking than I am at endgames. I might even have a forced draw. He'll have to block with his rook at some point. But then again, I've then got this idea. I might just force a draw here. Nothing lost if you force a draw, okay. Rook takes, and I've got idea of rook there, which is kind of winning. You can check here, not there or there. That is an idea. But that wins the queen. He's forced to block with his queen if he gets that in. Okay. Now he may then go into for a perpetual, which is fine. I'm a pawn down in the ending. I'll take a draw. And now, if he doesn't check me, this, or defend that square, because he's got like queen here, maybe, or queen here, also defends. Rook's undefended as well. It's worth noting. Okay, interesting. Check. Right, I'm going to drop my rook back here just to defend these pawns. And I've got ideas maybe queen here with check. His rook's vulnerable right now. My queen and rook are connected. His major pieces are not connected. Now they are. Okay, now throw in the check. Got more checks here. Why am I whooping everybody on Lichess? And then when I come onto here and talk to you, it must be your fault. I think it's your fault. Okay. Right, I don't have a check there because the queen takes. Free pawn. Queen here wins the rook. That's the problem. If I take that pawn, I lose. It's going to come here. That means he can still force a trade of queens if he wants to. No other checks or anything. Right now his king can't go there or there. I don't know. Here? Queen drops in with check, still loses the rook. I drop my rook back. At least I have a check now. That attacks the queen and the rook, but okay, now he's saved his pawn. Now what I want to do is drop my rook there, so I'm going to play this, and that would pin the queen. And he can't escape with check, that's the idea. So he can't check there because of the rook, and he can't check there because king takes. So at this point in time, the ability to check your opponent can be critical. Does he spot this threat? Don't know. So check now. Check. Could win the pawn at least. He may block with the rook. If he blocks with the rook, so king has to defend the queen, okay? So the king cannot move away. Can't go here, can't go there. King can't move. Right here, king can't move anywhere, or the queen falls, okay? So the only option is going to be block with the rook, block with the pawn. Let's say here, blocks with the... I could win my pawn back, that's the key thing. Okay, let's do it. Check, could have queen takes. There, I can't take the pawn. There, king must take. Here, don't know, and he's got the more active king as well. See, he's only 2 jumps from the centre of the board, and I'm 3 away. So, don't know. Drop back down. Got no good checks other than take the queen or take the rook. If I take queen, king comes here. I have to drop my rook back down to there. I think it's my best bet, but pre-move that. At least my stuff is all defended. Which can't be said for white. So now it's a case of get the king into the middle. I've got to eliminate his extra pawn somehow. But it's going to be tough, and with an increment. He has a check, okay. Now to here, now he can't check, so I come here. Check, and he has to block with a pawn or retreat. If he blocks with the pawn, he's pinning his own pawn, and he can't check me. So now, just throw this in. It's a kind of a waiting move. This pawn is pinned, can't move. Okay, now I think I can't. I can lift my king. It still defends that square. Okay, he may push this pawn now. With check, I'll just retreat. Still preventing the rook from coming in, at least at these two squares. Okay. I have to drop my rook back to defend this 7th rank. King has to defend this from the rook. Pushing pawn doesn't really help, simply gets taken off. And undefends this. Push pawn I take, even. Okay, that's another check. I can come. Oh, hang on. That'd be mate, wouldn't it? Wow. Okay, got to be careful of that one. That'd be a lovely mate too. Okay. Now still he can't come in here. But he's got my king now boxed in. Here. Now if he checks me, I come here. And now with here, I come there, and his pawns are blocked off. My rook defends that. He might come here, but then we're just going to repeat. Now he's got that. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that's a move. Oh, that's a move. Oh, you bugger. Now what's he going to... He can't take the pawn, he has to trade rooks, eh? Damn. I'm not sure about that move. Come on. Okay. Right, his threat is... Okay. Damn. Now he's going to push. And I lose. Simply lose. Pah! And resign. Wow. Don't know, man. Wow. Goodness me. Again, I felt like I had the upper hand for much of that. Or at least a slight edge. Let's see what the game review says. Where did I go wrong? And more importantly, what can I learn from the game? Okay, so I had an advantage here, a winning advantage after this, and I blew it. What did I do? Bishop there. Knight b4 is winning. Why? I mean, I can come in there defended by the bishop, yeah? So I think I was discounting moving developed pieces again, but, you know, every rule can be bent or broken in chess, so, yeah, and I've made a bunch of blunders here, lots of blunders. Not good. And 62 accuracy, again, not good. A whole series of blunders then really handed the game over to my opponent. I made 6 blunders, he made 5. Wow, that was terrible. But yeah, I mean, this is a winning move, you know. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So, so the point here was, yeah, identify that. We've got good control of that square. Open file. My opponent's not, you know, developed that well. That was my opportunity to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and come in with an attack, early attack, but a useful one, you know. Here and the king has to move. Simple as that. and then the rook falls outright. Yeah. Okay, well, onwards and upwards. See you tomorrow.